In Luke 8:42, we read that as he went, the people thronged him, which means they pushed against him, and there was a crowd around him, and they were all pressing in against him. And yet, so interestingly, not one of them, well, actually, just one of them got healed. How about the others? And welcome this morning to this morning's Jolt. And just a simple thought here. I have always wondered, like, what they must have had in their hearts, because when we read the story on, then we see that a woman in the same crowd, having an issue of blood 12 years, which has spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any, came behind him and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her issue of blood stanched. And Jesus said, "Who touched me?" And when all denied, Peter and they that were with him said, "Master, the multitude throng you and press you, and how do you say, 'Who touched me?'" And Jesus said, "Somebody had touched me, for I perceive the virtue is gone out of me, power went out of me." What an interesting thought that this woman touched him, and she was healed. She was healed immediately. And I often wonder, because Jesus spoke very clearly about it, that your faith, like when the woman came forward, Jesus said, "Your faith, because of your faith, you're healed." And I wonder, like, what was in the heart of all those other people. Like, there were crowds, literally crowds around him, so much so that when Jesus asked, "Who was it who touched me?" Peter said, "What do you mean? Like, everybody's touching you?" But nothing happened with them. They touched Jesus, and nothing happened with them. What was in their hearts then? And the answer is, probably many of them curiosity, I guess. Maybe they were looking for a celebrity, they couldn't ask for an autograph, but I touched Jesus, the celebrity, or something like that, maybe. Or, there was just herd instinct, they were following everyone else because everyone was very excited, so they were very excited too. But it wasn't very real, it wasn't very deep, except with this woman. And that's so interesting, because these people did all the right thing, they all touched Jesus, but that didn't mean that anything happened with them. One King Amaziah, in Second Chronicles, I think 25:2, we read that he did all the right things, but not with the right heart. And these people did the right things, but not with the right heart. And God forbid that in our hearts we would have something else than what this woman had. And what she had was very simple faith. We read about this in Hebrews 10:22. "Let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water." With full assurance of faith, come to Jesus with simple faith. Now this is interesting, because there is this idea, I should come to Jesus like it should be like a noble thing. I should not come when I'm desperate or something. But this woman, just to make it very clear, she was very desperate. She was at the end of herself. She was at the end of everything she had. She spent it all, and it didn't matter, it didn't help. And now she's coming to Jesus, but she has simple faith about it. And she's saying, "Lord Jesus, you can do this for me." And she doesn't even talk to him, just in her heart she thinks this way. And simple faith, it's so awesome. It's such an awesome power. We could miss it for all the other shiny things. And in our hearts, just think of this. We draw near God. How? We draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith. And, today, just that simplicity of faith, even maybe desperate like the woman, it's okay if it's desperate. Just let it be simple faith, and come to Jesus with that and say in your heart, "Lord, I'm touching you today with that, and that's my desire. I want to be healed, I want to be freed, I want to be released, I want to get power to go on. Jesus, be with me." And he answers that. God bless you with these thoughts today. Hope to see you soon again.